Hello, this is Alan Berger, back again with Bowling Over 50. This YouTube channel is designed for bowlers over 50 years old, seniors, or people with a little lower ball speed and a little less rev rate. Today we're going to be doing another drill to help you with your release and your timing. It's called the one-step drill. With Bowling Over 50, if you like our content and like what we're trying to do here, please like and subscribe to our channel. Also hit that bell notification so you know when our videos are coming out. It would help us out greatly. We've got a lot of people watching the channel, but not everybody is subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything. Give us a subscribe. It just kind of helps with the algorithms to help us get found. So today we're going to be talking about the one-step drill. I do many drills in my practice on working on my game, my release, my timing. This drill does both of those things. It works on your release, it works on your timing. So we're going to get right into it. Excuse me. The one-step drill is all that it is. We do one step to get ready. So in a video previously, we did a no-step drill. So in the no-step drill, we just got set up in our finish position with our foot pointing down the lane, not sideways. We talked about that, how that puts stress on your knee. We want your foot down the lane pointing at the pins. We want your trail leg at 730. If you were looking at a clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7:30. Slight knee bend. We just get the ball. Our offhand is to our side with the thumb down. We just kind of swing and then we just let the ball go. Don't care how many pins you're getting right now, doesn't matter. That drill is to help you with your release, with your finish position, helping you stay on balance when you throw the ball. Very, very key things. There's not a whole lot of absolutes in bowling, but staying down on the shot, posting your shot, keeping everything in line with the pins as you release the ball is one of those absolutes. Now with the one-step drill, and I do this with all the people that I coach, all my high schoolers, it's basically the same thing except I'm starting a step backwards. I'm going to get in my starting position, however I start my approach, that's where I start here. My right shoulder is dropped just a little bit, little flex in my knees, okay? And then I'm going to push the ball forward like I normally would when I do my approach. I'm pushing that ball straight ahead, and I'm not raising it up and pushing it. I'm just going to push it and let it fall. So I'm just pushing it out slightly and letting the ball fall. I'm not trying to go like this and let the ball fall. I'm just pushing it out slightly and letting the ball fall. So I'm going to get in my starting position where I would start back on the approach. Knees flex just a little bit, right shoulder down just a little bit. Ball between my shoulder and my chin. So the ball is here between my shoulder and my chin. If you were directly behind me, you wouldn't see the ball at all because the ball is between my shoulder and my chin. Basically to my right side, very, very natural. My hand is in the ball, very natural. We don't walk this way when we walk. My hand is like this. So I'm very natural in the ball. I'm setting up like this with my ball basically in front of me, and I just barely push it out and let it fall. Push it out, let it fall. That is all I'm trying to do. Letting gravity do the work for me. If you're using muscles in bowling, you're doing it wrong. Gravity should handle most of the work for you. So just push it out and let gravity take the ball. So I'm setting up in my starting position. Ball where you probably can't see it right now. And then I push the ball out and I'm just going to let gravity do its work. And then when my ball gets to the apex of my swing, then I will step forward and slide. So when I push the ball out and it gets to the apex, I'm going to slide. When it gets to the apex, I'm going to slide. See it from the side. When the ball gets to the apex, I'm going to slide. And then I get in my finish position and I hold that. What I am working on here is the timing of when the ball is at its highest point and I'm sliding down the lane and then releasing the ball down on the lane. So here we go. Oh. Okay, that wasn't very good. I slid. That back here on the approach, I wasn't sliding at all. And I get up there and it's slick over there. I guess I don't know what's going on back here, but up there it is super slick. So let's do that again. I'm wiping the ball off. There's really no need to, but I kind of have a pre-shot routine, so I need to stay with that. All right, I'm in my starting position. I'm just going to push the ball out, let it fall. And then I'm focusing on my release. Trying to get my elbow bent just a little bit, trying to keep my fingers below the equator of the bowling ball. And then I really want to focus on staying solid and my head not moving. We're going to talk about that here in a second after I throw another shot. But I don't want my head to move. Don't care about the pins. I am just trying to feel my release and feel my timing right now. All right, starting position, push it out, let it fall. And I'm holding my pose, my finish position, all the way until the ball hits the pins or goes off the end of the pin deck. So let's talk about head position. So let's think about it as shooting a gun. If you have a gun and your head is moving all over the place, it is really hard to aim that gun because your arm's moving all over the place. Same shooting an arrow. It's hard if your head is moving all over to shoot an arrow. You need to be focused. You need to be focused on one thing on the lane, whether it's down lane at your target, down lane, or if it's at the arrows. Your eyes need to be focused. And it is hard to focus when your head's bouncing all over the place. So I'm, along with timing and getting to the lane properly, getting into my slide properly with this one-step drill, I'm trying to keep my head stationary. And I'm looking at a spot on the lane, and that is what I'm aiming towards. I'm not going to take my eyes off that spot, and I'm going to try to keep my head steady. If you keep your head steady and you keep your head in line with your knee and steady, you're going to have a lot better chance of hitting your target one way or the other. So if your target is way to the right, staying down and throwing your arm towards your target will help you hit your target. If your target's left or straight or whatever, as long as your head is stationary, it's not moving up and down, not going down at the end. If you're not jerking your head up, trying to hit up on the ball, you're going to have a lot better opportunity to hit your target and hit what you're looking at than a target that's moving all over the place. Now, when you do stay down, I do want you to think about it this way. As you're going to the foul line, your head is going this way, but it's level. It's not level straight across, it's stationary and not bouncing up and down, but your head is slightly moving down towards the foul line, depending on what your knee can give you. With me, I don't have a whole lot of knee bend. Can't have a whole lot of knee bend. My knees hurt. I've got a bad knee. But as I am going towards the foul line, my head is going down, but it's going at a single slope. It's not bouncing around. That's the part I don't want you to do, is bounce around. Slightly going down. If you want to watch somebody online that does this perfectly, is Chris Prather on the PBA. He starts and his head just goes down, but you could balance a plate of glasses on his head. His head never moves. So we're going to do that again. Setting up in my starting position, ball between my shoulder and my chin. I'm just going to barely push it out and let it drop. When it's in the apex of the backswing is when I'm going to step forward. So from that position, with that drill, you can work on all kinds of things. You can work on staying up the back of the ball. You can work on changing your axis rotation, which we talked about in one of our hooking videos. You can use that drill to help you work on all of those things. So those first couple of shots were kind of just a normal 30-degree angle for me. We're going to throw this one at maybe 5 degrees, going to try to stay up the back of it, but I'm going to use the one-step drill to do that. So that was not 0, it was maybe 5 or 10. My normal I try to get to is around 30. You don't want the ball totally sideways at 90 degrees. 45 is okay, 30 degrees in my opinion is better. The key would be when you're using axis rotation is the ball direction doesn't need to be overpowered by the ball angle. So you still want the ball rolling forward, and not sideways. We don't want this. This is sideways. We don't want this. That's sideways. That's not what we want. The momentum of the ball needs to be rolling forward. So 25 to 40 degrees is a great angle to be at. The ball speed and the ball inertia is moving towards the pins. So I'm going to go now. My normal is 30. That shot I threw a minute ago, well, just a second ago, was almost 90. We're going to go 45 degrees here. So I'm going to address something that popped up in the comments. I told the gentleman who asked the question that it would be a little while before I discuss this, and I may go into more detail later. The question was, why am I so far from the foul line? I think I need to answer that right now. One, the dumb answer is about 7 years ago, I had knee surgery on my left knee. And I could not go very hard towards the foul line. So I was staying slow to try to protect my knee, and I didn't want to hurt it anymore. So I stayed real slow, and I found myself, by taking short, choppy little steps, I found myself way back from the foul line. But as I got more comfortable, I started moving closer to the foul line and going a little harder towards the foul line to get my ball speed up. But I'm 6'4", not a whole lot of knee bend, and when I throw the ball kind of goes out just a little bit because if I were to set it down at the foul line or just beyond it, I'd either have to be really deep knee bend, or I would just have to jam it on the lane and it would bounce and do all those kind of things, and that's not good. So with my 6'4" frame, my lack of knee bend, the ball goes out just a little bit so the ball settles on the lane softly. So as I moved closer to the foul line, I was getting the ball further and further out on the lane and not giving the ball enough time to hook, because I don't have a lot of rev rate. So I thought to myself, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I need the ball to hook earlier. I need the ball more time to hook, especially on sport patterns. So I really need to release the ball further back so I can use the entire lane. So I started doing that. Now my approach is still fairly slow, because I'm still a little scared. I am farther back, which when I do release the ball, now I'm releasing it hopefully in front of the dots. If I was closer to the foul line, I would be releasing the ball past the dots, and I don't want that either. I need the ball to hook, and it needs time to hook. The other added benefit, and this is going to sound very, very stupid, but the other added benefit is I don't foul. If I stick or slide or whatever, I have plenty of room between me and the foul line that I never foul. That's a bonus. I totally been there that my friends in the PBA 50, some guys I bowl with in SASBA, Dave Ryan, one of the commentators for the PBA, one of his taglines is 60 feet to success. Their comment for me is 63 feet to success. All right, we're going to throw one more at a normal release. I'm going to set up in my starting position. I'm going to swing, just barely push the ball out, let gravity take effect. When it gets to the apex, I'm going to step forward and release the ball. Nice 7-10 there. It takes some practice to do this. With the people that I coach and my high schoolers, it takes them a little while to get the timing down. But once you have the timing down on a one-step drill, it will help you with your regular shot. You will know when to slide at the apex of your backswing. It'll help you with your power step. It is just a great drill to help with release, timing, your approach, all those different things in one drill called the one-step drill. If you like what we're doing, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time with Bowling Over 50. I do want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Ice Gear. Some of the jerseys you will see in my videos are produced by Ice Gear. ICE actually stands for something. It's a positive mental attitude, because ICE stands for I carry everything. When you walk into the building, you're wearing Ice Gear and you know you can carry everything. It's a bowling term for getting a lot of strikes. We want you to have that positive attitude, and you can get that by looking good with Ice Gear products. Go check them out at icegear.shop.